if you're lacking confidence, that's a pretty good sign that you're unprepared.
Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey, Hugh. So I have a question here from a trader who writes in that he is trying to learn patience and that he cuts his winners short. So he lets himself cut his winners short. So his question is, what am I going to do about this? Like, I need more patience. I need to understand patience. I understand that's what's going on with my trading because I'm cutting my winners too quickly. So what would be your advice for him? What would you say to that?
Yeah, so for this one, I think you just have to practice your strategy, mostly in backtesting or even demo trading, and just get used to leaving that profit target or whatever that target is in place instead of taking the first profit you have. Now, I mean, there are some strategies where you want to take profit quickly, like in scalping and stuff like that. But I mean, assuming that he does have a bigger profit target that he's cutting short, like he says, then I think it's all about the practice. Just practice and practice and practice. And when you have enough of those trades, then you'll see, okay, the result of that is a net profitable strategy. Whereas if you cut it short in your backtesting, your profit target, if you cut that short in your backtesting, then the net will be, a losing strategy. And you can see that in the numbers. So I think that's really all there is to it. What do you think?
Yeah. So I would say, the focus should be on your execution, not on the result of the trade. So you really need to put all of your energy onto that. And that you could potentially automate your exit. So that could be as simple as putting your target in and then letting it ride, or like putting your target in and moving to break even and letting it ride, right? So just walking away. Don't try not to look at it maybe once a day or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is you could use like an automated script that would get you out. So if you had a trailing exit, like I like to use some trailing exits for half of my positions, and that script will get you out automatically. So that like an expert advisor or a trading robot, they're different things. They're called different things in different platforms, but basically you're just letting it get out. So all your energy is on when do I get in the trade, and then boom, you're psychologically free to let the trade unfold. Or unless you have like okay, when do I move to break even decision to make too, and then you're free. But yeah, so that's there's a couple of different ways to do that. I agree that you need to score yourself as a trader on how well you follow your rules. And then you need to make sure that if you're getting in the way, you can have somebody else that you talk to every week, and it's like, okay, how did you do? Did you wait? Did you get out when you're supposed to, or did you cut them short again? So that having a person that you talk to every weekend about your trades and go over everything, or someone that you're accountable to, that can work. And also having a automated system and focusing all of your energies on how well did I execute, not the result. The result is irrelevant because it's, as we know, there's an element of chance, but how well did you do your job? So yeah.
And I don't know what you think about this, but the thought came across my mind that this is kind of it's almost a self-esteem issue, right? Like, do you have the self-esteem to go through the testing process? Do you have the self-esteem to follow your plan and follow up on it instead of just taking the first thing that comes to you? And if you look at like maybe relationships or something, that would be kind of akin to being too needy with the other person, right? You want to always get feedback, always get positive stuff, and not really let them have their space or let them play out certain things, right? So I think that kind of to me at least is how I see that, and what I used to do in the past, and why I wanted to get that instant gratification instead of waiting for the profit target that I know I tested out and it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot to that, having the conviction and having the confidence that comes from being prepared, in any area of life. If you're lacking confidence, that's a pretty good sign that you're unprepared. That usually means you haven't done. So if anyone's, if you're nervous before a presentation or a job interview or a sales pitch or a trade, or an athletic performance or a musical performance, somewhere where you're performing. If you're nervous, I mean, part of it's you're always going to have nerves because there's unknown. You don't know what's going to happen, right? In any situation, if you don't know, but you can prepare to the point where it's like you just throw up your arms and go, well, I've done everything I can. You know what I mean? Like it's like, like, oh, like for me, I remember when I was defending my doctoral dissertation, it was like, well, look, I've written as much as I can, I've thought about as much as I can, I've given it all I can, and now, you step into a room and 3 hours later, there's like 5 professors in there. They're going to decide pass or fail, So it's like, well, I did it, I did what I could, I tried, there's no more preparation. I'm working years up to this point. So yeah. So that's, yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. So I do believe you can help yourself out quite a bit by preparing. And I think you are right. It comes down to confidence and conviction, which is essentially self-esteem in another way of saying it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky stuff, this trading stuff.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Walter.
Thank you.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.